So, welcome back to a very rainy, very rainy part of this world. I think October has, autumn has definitely arrived. I hope this finds you well, and we have another tutorial for you. I think autumn time is when I start playing with dried flowers. Through the summer, I'll try and show you a shot in a second, but through the summer... Okay, so this is a bit dark up here, but just wanted to show you my drying rack that I've got here. You can see just above. I've got two of them, but the other one is kind of out of the way at the moment. So, all sorts here. I've got some sunflowers I've been drying, roses, helichrysum, got love in the mist, strange purple corn stuff, linoleum, more helichrysum. And I've got these quicksand roses at the end, which I'm looking forward to using. Got some larkspur. What else have we got? We've got some asters as well. They're a bit dark, but you can't really see them. Eucalyptus, grevillea, more delphinium. So just a real mix, hodgepodge of stuff. Through the summer, I've been drying flowers, as has every other flower grower in the country, I think. So you're drying leftover bits, you know, stuff left over from events and stuff you have in the garden, stuff we've grown here at Hartley Farm, and it's a wonderful time then to create some autumn wreaths. So this is just a base that I've bought at the wholesalers, kind of quite simple, quite effective. I like the style of it, it's nice, and that's what I'm starting with. I mean, there's a massive variety of ones you can buy. Here's another one, sort of willow base. Always, they're sort of just the right shape and size to be able to decorate with. And essentially, I'm just going to talk through a really simple decoration using a hot glue gun. I've got a variety. You can see some helichrysums here. I'm not going to use a huge amount on this. Got some linoleum. Purple linoleum. I've got some hydrangea. Love this sort of delicate grey-green colour of that. Got some spray rose. Sort of a muddy brown colour, which is quite pretty. So muddy brown. Yeah, I've got the muddy brown, and then I've just got some dyed foliage, dyed flowers. Sorry. So these are just sort of, I think they're going to be a wheat form, I'm not sure, but dyed a purple colour, which is quite effective. And also this, they're like tiny little stars, they're quite fun, and I just like the delicateness of them. So I've kind of picked, you sort of see here, I've picked a real selection of shapes, which I think is quite important to be able to get the effect that you want. So, I'm going to start. I've heated up my glue gun, and as always, safety, just think about your fingers. But let's get cracking with some flowers. So I have literally just started placing bits on. In a way, I don't really think a huge amount of where stuff is going to go, which probably is not helpful for you. But I think, for me, something like this, I think is more, in some ways, about enjoying the process of just creating. And I think actually how important, that didn't look good, how important that sort of thing is now, you know, more than ever giving yourself moments just to enjoy being creative. Because I think the autumn months, I find, you know, they can be harder because you've got dark nights, you know, the light, the evenings draw in a lot quicker, you're at home a lot more, and so you're kind of, I don't know, you're more in, what am I trying to say? I think having projects like this is actually a really positive thing. And, you know, we used to sell a lot of these in the shop when I had a shop for people, so they wouldn't take a huge amount of time, and you could sort of bash them out quite quickly. So for me, they were a good money earner. I think nowadays, you know, these are a great workshop to do, you know, allowing people to play with a lot of materials, you know, have access to materials and stuff like that is actually it's therapeutic. You know, for me, I sort of switch my brain up. I know I'm talking to you while I do it, but it's actually very therapeutic. So to enjoy the process, and that's why, I mean, I've got a workshop next Saturday and it's sold out, and I think people need spaces and places where they can just enjoy being creative. So that's one aspect. Okay, so I'm just using hydrangea, I've got the helichrysum, using the linoleum, all very different shapes. And actually the hydrangea is a really good base from which you can build out of. I'm probably not going to go that much bigger than I have already, so you can kind of see it's quite delicate, but then the wreath itself is not huge, so I kind of think it's you know, size proportionate, all that kind of stuff. So nice to use these dyed corn heads, whatever they are, as just a pop of purple. So just gluing them individually as they go in to add a bit of movement to it. I think I'm going to put them higher up. And I don't know about you, but definitely this week has been very up and down, very yeah, a bit of a roller coaster. I think some weeks are okay, and some weeks you just think, what on earth is going on? But some highlights have been some really lovely feedback from a couple of florists who are starting out, and they just emailed or messaged to say how much they really enjoy the YouTube channel, and that literally made my day. To have that kind of message was just lovely. So I really appreciate getting feedback like that. Okay, so just adding some more linoleum, and it's actually easier just putting the glue just on the end of the stem and then posting it in, because it sort of sits more where you want it to sit. Probably hear Winston growling in the background. And a good way to see how you think it's going is just to hold it up to a wall, you know, hold it up to a surface, just to see what the overall effect is. And as always, I think as always, standing back from what you're creating, and then you get to see sort of where gaps are, or where you think it needs something a bit more. Okay, so I'm just going to put some of these little delicate flowers in. And the thing as well with this is I'm putting all the flowers in with the movement of the shape of the wreath. I think if I put stuff straight up and down, that would look a bit weird. If I angled them out, then that would look a bit weird as well. So you're always following the movement of the base itself. And I always think there comes a time when you have to walk away from something like this and not look at it. Right, I'm going to do some of these short spray rows. I think I'm just going to put them straight on. So I'm going to put these straight in, or straight down, or whatever it is. There we go. And then also that gives it a bit more height. It's not flat against the... Okay, so I played a bit more with it and thought actually I would like to fill it up a bit more. So I'm just going to give you a close-up, and you can see, so helichrysums, little spray rows in there, the hydrangea and linoleum, and the kind of purple wheat head thing. So kind of really pretty, just really delicate, and it's nothing earth-shatteringly new. It's just something that I've enjoyed making over the years. I've made a lot of these. They're relatively easy to make, and quite therapeutic. You know, you switch your brain off and just enjoy the process of making. So there you go. So this is something that's really easy to do as a workshop. You provide the willow base, you provide the materials, and people just enjoy the process of creating. And I think you'd be surprised that you think, well, I'm not doing much for people, but actually you're providing an environment that they don't have at home, and they don't have the space, they don't have materials, and it's all there for them. So just thinking about that in terms of a workshop, you know, it's straightforward, it's really easy. So do, if you haven't done these sorts of things already, think about doing them, because it's as a small business, it's a good way of earning money. As always, hope you've enjoyed this. This one's been a bit more rambly. My thoughts are a bit sort of all over the place at the moment, but I think that's okay. Again, if you've got any questions, let me know. Thank you so much to all of the new subscribers, really appreciate it, and look forward to seeing you next time.